Now joined by Sligo Rovers head of academy and of course a former Cork City player, Conor O'Grady. For those who don't know, I'm a Cork City fan, which is why I literally reference anything to do with Cork City. Conor, you're working with the academy now. I imagine a challenging but exhilarating job.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We've had a lot of good players. There's been players mentioned that have gone across the water, but we've had a lot of good players over the last few years. Obviously, players that are in the first team at the moment, and hopefully players coming through. Obviously, I was involved for 5 years with the 15s before I got the job as the head of academy. So yeah, loving it. It's a job I'm really enjoying. There's a lot of work with the boys and the girls side, but it's something I've enjoyed. We've got great coaches in the club, and I've got a great backing from the club since I've started.
Was it something you saw yourself doing when you played?
Well, I didn't think, to be honest, that there'd be an opportunity to be in a full-time role at my own club as a head of academy. To be honest, when I was back playing, it's always something you'd hope for. I think you see a lot of full-time head of academies now around the different clubs, and I think the more clubs do it, I think it will benefit the clubs going forward. And I'm just grateful that the opportunity came up, and I'm going to give it my best for as long as I can. And yeah, I suppose answering your question, no, I didn't when I was playing, but all us lads that played football, it's our first love. I suppose I was repping for years, and when I was playing, I was repping as well. So football was always my number one. We obviously we don't have the industry here as a professional yet, and now I'm just delighted to be full time in the game.
Yet. That's the key phrase.
Yeah.
It is coming, isn't it? Because a couple of years ago, your role probably wouldn't have existed. The Women's National League, while it has existed for a while now, it has taken a massive jump over the last couple of years. And of course, Sligo Rovers have entered it recently, and it's great to see. And there's just so many good things happening off the pitch. It's not just, the League of Ireland isn't just about first 11s anymore, is it?
Yeah, but even this coming, this live show here is brilliant. Our Republic of Ireland manager, whose background is the League of Ireland, being here, I think it's brilliant. You can see by the crowd, I'd say we probably could have got 300 or 400 in here if you really wanted. And yeah, I think just everything on and off the pitch, clubs are trying to better themselves all the time. We still have a long way to go, Oisín, but I think we're on a good road. And I think, look, from my side of it, the underage leagues have been huge for this part of the country. I don't think the Johnny Kennys and the John Mahans and these lads, Ed McGinty's, Niall Morahans, you go on, Shamie Keogh, you go on and on. I don't think these lads get the jump as quick as they can if they're not playing the best teams in the country, which we are week in, week out. And it's I just can't convey how important it is for lads down here and girls down here.
Does it make you incredibly proud? Is it a great feeling when you see a player that has come through the academy play senior football, be it for the Sligo Rovers women's team, Sligo Rovers men's team, the UCD team? Jess, in the lead into the game the other night, mentioned a couple of the Sligo Rovers players that came through who were playing for UCD. Does that make you immensely proud? Yeah,
and it's our trophy. It's our trophy for our academy. Winning a trophy as an academy is brilliant. Under 14, under 15, under 17, under 19. But as I say to our coaches at the start, our trophy is Ed McGinty, our trophy is Niall Morahan, our trophy is Emma Hansbury, whoever it may be, whoever comes through from the women's team. And that's the way we have to look on it. If we can win a trophy along the way, brilliant. But at the end of the day, it's these lads coming through, and people coming through the gate want to see their own playing. We've had great servants from all over the world, but when you see someone that you can relate to on the pitch, I think it's huge for a fan.
And how important is it that, it's not there yet, but it is happening, that you can make it in football while staying in Ireland, if that makes sense? That used to be the case. It used to be the case that you nearly had to get to England, whereas now you can get into a League of Ireland team, you can play full-time football, you can make a good living off that by becoming a coach. How important is it that the kids are seeing that, and that making it isn't necessarily just getting a move to England?
Yeah, look, you're 100% right. I think we're very lucky here as well that we've combined education with football. We've the ATU now, the Atlantic Technology University, with us for the last couple of years. We've lads and girls on scholarships, and I think that's an important part of it as well, not just the football, because not everyone unfortunately is going to make it, and lads that maybe in the squad now might drift out of the game, which happens. And so yeah, it's as I said, it's thriving at the moment. There's still a long way to go. We can make it a lot better. We can keep improving. And that's why I suppose when you go into work every day, you're trying to see how we can do things better. I suppose it's small steps in a lot of ways, but it's great that lads now can get up in the morning to maybe have a 5-minute drive, 10-minute drive to work, and their work is their local club.
And when you're working with young players, I mean, you've mentioned a lot of them that have come through to the senior team there. Not all of them will, and that's just football. Is it as important for you to give them a great experience and for them to stay in love with the game even if they don't play in the League of Ireland, as it is getting them through to the League of Ireland team?
Well, look, I took great pride in seeing Jack Heaney and Liam McCurrigan playing. Mikey Place is playing with Ballymena.
He's playing great for Ballymena as well.
Paul Doyle is with Dundalk, you know, so Luke McNicholas obviously is on loan at Cliftonville.
We get it, Conor, you're good at your job.
No, it's I'm not, but it's the whole, it's not even, it's lads that are, you know, not playing, that go out, that you still have that contact, that when you meet them on the street that you can look in their eye, and they may not have made it but they had a good experience with us, that they came away from the place still having a love for the club. They may be back as a sponsor, they may be back as a supporter, you still want them coming in the gate. And that's the whole thing. I think if you're real, if you can meet them 10 years down the road and they may not have made it, that for me is as big, and that you can shake them, how's life going for you now, and that still have that connection with you, still have the connection with the club, and that's really important as well.
And just before I let you go, there seems to be something happening in Sligo Rovers. You've got a very forward-thinking chairperson, a very forward-thinking club, a club that wants to work with other sporting elements within the town, which is really, really good, because that's something that has dragged back all sports in this country for a long while, sports not wanting to work together and not realising the importance of that and actually the positive of that. There's good things happening on the pitch. I appreciate that recently there has been a bumpy run, but you know, form is temporary and class is permanent and all that. Is it a good place to be at the moment, Sligo Rovers?
Well, I'm not going to say it's not, is it? I love it. I actually love coming into work every day. We've got great staff in there: Shane, Frank, Colin, James. You know, there's a great Lily. There's a great buzz around the place, and I love coming to work every day. We've got really good coaches, players. There's a great buzz, as you said. The master plan is really exciting, and there's just it's everything is good at the moment, and we're really enjoying it. The Easter camp started today. You know, as I said, I think people at the club are forward thinking, and I think it's really important what you said as well. We're trying to combine with other sports. You know, we obviously have that connection with the rugby and the master plan. I've met Stephen Henry on a couple of occasions, the GA officer in Sligo, and we've spoke about different players and how we can help and stuff like that. And it's all important that we're trying to build and go in the right direction.
Yeah, and as we're in Sligo, condolences to the family and friends of Red Oak Murphy. A fantastic guy, great sports person, great Sligo man. Conor, just before I let you go, as we said, form is temporary, class is permanent. I've no doubt that you'll get it right on the pitch in the Premier Division this season as well.
Yeah, look, it's been a bad week. I think, as Keno said, you know, we would have been looking at it as a week where you want to be picking up 6 to 7 points out of 9. You've got to move on now, head down, roll up the sleeves, stand up and be counted. And you know, we've got to dig in. You know, you can feel sorry for yourselves, or you can go and pull the sleeves up and start, you know, working hard and getting at it again. That's what you have to do. There's a long way to go. It's the first series of games. As you said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And just, you know, as I think Piercy said it as well, it's just you want the next game to come as quick as possible, and it's going to be a tough one in Dundalk, but it's a game I think we can get 3 points out of.
We did take the straw poll earlier on. Who is your favourite? Who was better, Keno or Piercy?
Put me on the spot here now. I'm going to say Richie Ryan.
Who's still playing great stuff in the States,
stuff,
I think. Yeah. And look, you had a fantastic playing career around the League of Ireland. What are your own favourite memories? What stands out to you from your playing career?
Well, look, I suppose standing on the shed playing for your hometown club was my dream. I suppose a lot of lads would have dreamed of playing for Liverpool and whoever else, but for me, genuine, it would have been to play. You know, I grew up around the area, so to play for the local club was the big one for me. To be captain as well. That'd be the big one. I think representing your country was a massive thing for me. And I suppose not just because you're sitting across from me. I really love my time at Cork City. It's a special club. I think it's the sleeping giant really of the league, and look, I enjoyed all my time at all my club, but obviously at Derry with Stephen as well. I have to mention that when I'm here as well. But I was really lucky to play for my local club. Someone was trying to get me off now, but it was playing for my local club would be the big one.
And I achieved my dream in seeing you play for Cork City. Ladies and gentlemen, Conor O'Grady.